All right. So, next order of business, Six Flags Over Texas pushes back Aquaman. It's a aqua coaster. It's a multi-launch water coaster. They pushed it back to next year to spring of 2023. Um, so this was originally supposed to open in 2020, got pushed back because of the pandemic. We haven't heard much about it, and then here we are a couple years later, and they're saying 2023. I'm sure that there's a really good reason why they're pushing it back. Probably a part of it is they're probably taking the SeaWorld route where the demand is so high now that they don't need to open a ride now. Or it could be have something to do with like supply chain. There could be parts that they just can't get yet. Um, this is my question for you, Don. Whether it's this, Iron Gwazi, or Pantheon, because those are the three rides that really got pushed back in wake of the pandemic. Do you think that it adds anticipation when rides get pushed back, or do you think that it takes the wind out of the sails?
I think it can add to the anticipation. I mean, you only get to launch a ride once, make that first impression once, and you got to do it at the right time. So sometimes it's better to open something, 3, 4, 5, 6 months, a year, later than you originally intended, than maybe do that 5, 6 months too early. So it really comes down to you got to do what's best for your park and what makes the most sense. And so, like I said, sometimes it's a lot better to do it later than do it now, and you still build up that anticipation, but you only get that first impression. And the climate, we're still recovering. Everybody in the industry from the pandemic, and people are still getting used to traveling and visiting parks and things like that again. So um, I don't, maybe it makes more sense to do it next year. Just by that time, we should be past everything and really back into more normal like it was back in 2019 again by 2023. Yeah, I think it just depends. Everything else that's involved with it. Do you have all of the everything in place with the theming elements? Do you have everything in place? Have you been able to get all your testing and things like that in? So I mean, there's just a lot involved. It's not as easy as everyone thinks. Let's open it, let's go. I mean, there's just a lot involved. Maybe there's other situations it wasn't there. For a variety of reasons. So, um, there's always a reason why something, legitimate reason why something doesn't open when it opens. It's supposed to open and it's delayed or whatever. And but it always makes the most sense to do it at the right time for you, not when everybody else wants you to open it. Because again, you only get that one chance to make that first impression.
Yeah, I completely agree. And one thing that I like about your response is that you didn't say this, but there is no right answer.